The spotlight again on alleged police brutality and 9 arrested in a police raid in KZN. Good afternoon, I'm Tracy Baumgard. Alleged police brutality is under the spotlight again. The Independent Complaints Directorate says 2 Cape Town policemen have been arrested in connection with the death of a resident of the Samora Michelle informal settlement in Philippi on the Cape Flats. 31-year-old Zanele Ngolo Zozo was allegedly beaten to death by 4 police officers while in custody. Zozo was taken to a local police station last Sunday after police were called to his house to intervene in a domestic dispute. The RCD's Moses Dlamini says the officers work at the Weltevreden Valley satellite station.
They will appear in court on Monday. There's a possibility of further arrest. They will face charges of murder, but the investigation is continuing.
9 people have been arrested for being in possession of unlicensed firearms during a police raid at Umsinga and Pomeroy in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. Police spokesperson Tulani Zwane says the raid was carried out by the members of the Public Order Policing Unit. He says a number of such operations will be carried out in the province to ensure the safety of the residents.
These members were busy doing their operations looking for unlicensed firearms in the area. They recovered 10 firearms, including AK-47, 303, and 9mm pistols, including a number of rounds. These arrested suspects will be appearing in the magistrate court on Monday, facing charges of possession of unlicensed firearms.
A number of houses have been damaged in Ladysmith in northern KwaZulu-Natal after a rainstorm last night in the area. Disaster management teams are currently assessing the damage caused by the vicious storm that left some people homeless. The uThukela District's Deputy Manager in Water Services, Glenn Singh, says the supply pipe from Spionkop Dam has also been washed away, and this has affected water supply in Ladysmith. He says a number of structures are also without electricity.
Both the plants are down with no power at this point in time, so the plants are not running. And the situation in the town area is further aggravated by the fact that the water is supplied mainly by the Spionkop pipeline to the Ladysmith plant. Part of that pipeline got washed away with the storm last night and the current that went down the stream. The situation is very critical in the sense that the area where the pipeline has been washed away is almost inaccessible.
Oprah Winfrey says she believes that education is the beginning of the end of poverty and that educating girls is the first step to changing the world. She's been speaking at the graduation ceremony of the first matriculants to graduate from her Academy of Learning in Henley-on-Klip in Meyerton on the Vaal Rand. Winfrey says when a girl is educated, her family and community experience positive change. The class of 2011 received a 100% matric pass rate and 188 distinctions. Winfrey says it's a day of triumph.
These girls were born into a nation that said, you are free. You are free to rise. You are free to soar. You are free to be all that you ever could imagine. All that your ancestors believed, all that your ancestors prayed, hoped for, dreamed and desired. And that is what these girls have become at this school. It's a day of victory.
Further afield, Nigerian unions will meet President Goodluck Jonathan this evening to try to defuse a row over the removal of fuel subsidies that has paralyzed the economy and raised fears of a shutdown of its oil industry. Strikes and protests brought the country to a standstill last week. Workers in the vital 2 million barrels per day oil industry have threatened to halt production. Unions met members' representatives in the capital Abuja earlier today to agree a negotiating position ahead of talks with Jonathan. 53 people have now been confirmed killed and more than 100 wounded in a suicide bomb attack in the Iraqi city of Basra. Authorities in Iraq say a suicide bomber launched an attack on Shiite pilgrims at a checkpoint. The violence comes amid rising political tension between Iraq's Shiite majority and Sunni minority.